All right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Let's get a screen up really quick. Let's check the Nasdaq NY open. We've just opened. Boom. How's everyone doing today? Lorna, good to see you. Happy Friday to you. Mario, good to see you. Happy Friday as well. Cherry, Crypto, good to see you both. How are you all doing today? Hope you're ready for a good trading day, hopefully. Just move all this stuff about. All right, let's see how we opened. I have yet to look at any levels, so I'm going to do that real quick now. Let's see if we can find any decent levels that we could potentially trade off. Okay, quite a few. Well, only two I see. So we got one here, which is, it's all right. It's not the best, but it's okay. It will do. So we'll do that one. And we're going to clone that. Whoops. Still getting used to this. Copy, here we go. Cool. And we'll add it to there. We've got another one at the bottom here, which has already been tested, but very bullish by the looks of it. Are we near all-time highs? I think we are. Yes, we are. We are at all-time highs. There we go. We just broke it. All right. Well, let's see what the volume looks like. Damn. So the news is looking good about Trump accepting Iran's, what do you call it? Peace deal or whatever you want to call it. So because the market's pumping, it looks no one's really shorting the market aggressively. There's no kind of insider trading or obvious one. So this is looking very bullish for now, which is good. Let me get trading view on another screen just so I can see the overall kind of structure of the market. Makes it a little bit easier for me to see. Give me 2 seconds, guys. Unfortunately, I can't show it because I can only screen share one screen at a time, but it's all good. I'm just looking at a 15-minute chart, basic candlesticks, just to see the structure and get an idea of what we're looking at. Okay, yeah, that looks nice. All right, cool. Let's see. Nils, good to see you, my friend. Heng Wong, Umchaud. Hello, how are you? How's Heng doing as well? How are you, Heng? All right, let's do this. So I guess, sorry guys, I got an important message. There we go. All right. So what are we looking for? Well, ideally we want to see, on the open, look at that volume right there. Big chunk of buyers came in really aggressively. There's a big chunk at the top here as well. Sellers are starting to drift in. I'm going to count this sell volume as mostly buyers getting trailed out. This is some legit sell volume. So I think we got a pullback coming here because we're seeing all the buyers. The volume distribution is looking a bit bearish here, but I'm expecting buyers to step in. Maybe these guys defend. So let's gear up potentially for a trade here. Let's gear up. There we go. Definitely buyers getting trailed out. You see that spike in volume around that 118 here, and then we've got another 160. That's buyers getting trailed out. If we see some buy pressure come in, I might jump in. I do see a little bit, but it's a little bit choppy. I don't think it's just yet. I want to see some good buy pressure come in and sellers start giving up a bit. They seem to keep getting absorbed at the bottom there, the sellers, near that 300. It's going to be quite a big stop, to be fair. Let's see if... give me one little push down and I'll jump in. Give me one good price. Come on. Push down a little bit more. Don't go up here yet. Don't go up yet. A little bit more. Push down. Come on. Give me a really good entry. Because I can see something happening here. I just want to see a big chunk of buyers come in. 30, 40, 50, 70. More sellers. More sellers. 30. Boom. There was a big chunk of buyers. All right. Let's jump. And I can keep my stop basically, around here somewhere. I will manually exit this market if the sellers get too strong. I saw a chunk of buyers around that 39 come in. It was like 100, and then it dropped down back to like 11 or so. So I'm assuming, not assuming, but there's a buyers were happy to come in there basically. All right, we're getting a bit of a push up. Let's see if the buyers can now extend forward. If they start failing at the top here, we might have a little issue, and that might be all it will give us, and it might be a bit more of a further push down. But let's hope these buyers can keep adding volume near the top here. Come on. Sellers still coming in. You can see that 90 growing as the sell numbers, but it's good that we're kind of floating above it and we're not really allowing the sellers to push us further back. That's it. Keep extending. Good. It's a nice trade. Really nice. Excellent entry. Let's see if we can pop above the high. Come on, give us a pop. Come on. Don't fail here now. 100. Sellers starting to creep in again. Come on, buyers. Keep adding volume. If you fail here, I'm just going to get out. Come on. Buyers looking a bit failing. Come on. Get above that 50. Get above that 50. Ah, you bastard. Come on, buyers. You can do this. Get above. Let's pop and get a good extension here. There we go. Good. Good. Oh, sellers still trying to push them down at the high here. Come on, buyers. You have this. Make me proud. Come on. Ah, these sellers are freaking good. I give them that. They're really holding this high. These little bastards. Ah, I might get out here. Come on, give me one little push up. I need to see some magic from the buyers. I'm not seeing any buyers come in. And I've got someone at my door, delivery, annoyingly. Shit. I've got an important delivery. All right, I'm going to get out. I'll be back in 2 seconds, guys. I got a delivery on my door. Give me 2 seconds. All right, I'm back. I'm back. Damn. That was the worst timing for a delivery. Don't they know that New York Opens just happened? It's all right. Here we go. Okay, so yeah, what's been happening? I do think they're going to pop above here, but I didn't want to leave the screen and potentially be completely, destroyed. There it is. There's the pop. Yeah, so it did happen. I could have probably held that, to be fair, but it's okay. It's okay. It's all good. Let's have a look at the chat. Beautiful entry, Sam. Thank you. What a beauty. Almost missed it with a work call. I'm glad you didn't miss it, man. I'm glad you didn't miss it, Nils. So the entry there, you saw it like only if you looked at the footprint live, right? For anyone who missed it and wanted to see exactly what I saw, you got to replay it, unfortunately. Go back to this candle here, I believe it was. And it was, I believe it was this negative 31. Now, it doesn't look like much, but at the time, that was negative 100 plus, right? And then instantly, you would see that number that dropped to like negative 11. So basically like 90, one big chunk of 90 orders, 90 contracts just came in from a buyer. That was the chunk I was kind of looking for to indicate that, all right, buyers, some big decent buyer is here defending and is willing to kind of push the market up. And luckily they managed it. But it's not over yet. It's still very choppy if you actually look at it. We've gone up a bit, but sellers are still pretty adamant. So I think with a market like this, we can have a few more decent trades of like waiting for a good pullback, wait for those buyers to come in again, start defending, jump back in, and just kind of get those little extensions, Hopefully the pullbacks are a bit more significant, like what we had here. Like that was a decent pullback, I want something, maybe in and around where these buyers are, You know, something around here would be a nice pullback. If we can get kind of down here, see some buyers come in, and then we can just pop up again. That would be nice. But these really shallow pullbacks are a bit difficult to trade, truth be told. That was a shallow one. That was really shallow, unfortunately. But what can you do? Bark, good to see you. That was a clean scalp. I caught the pullback. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm glad you caught it, man. Really glad you caught it. I could have held this, man. This is looking nice. Well, what can you do? I really got out at the worst possible time, man. Frickin' Amazon, man. Ruining my trade. I'm going to complain to Amazon. You cost me money, Amazon. You ruined my trade. I want compensation. If only. If only. All right, we might get another pullback here. Again, buyers are considering. I mean, we're not moving up that cleanly, to be honest. There are a lot of sellers in the market for. I mean, I'm not surprised. We are at all-time highs. This is unexplored territory, which makes it a little bit annoying to trade, truth be told, because there's nothing we can kind of gauge. I mean, where can it pull back from? You know, it could go up to here and then pull back. It can go up to here. Like, I mean, we've got 30,500 right here, a nice round, clean psychological level. So I can imagine some kind of reaction, maybe around there. Yeah, probably, but that's just literally a guess. I mean, that's all you can really go upon. It's very difficult to know when it's going to stop, you know, and it's very difficult to short a market like this because you just have nothing really to base it upon. Not that you'd want to short it, but yeah. So we'll see. Maybe Jeff will give you some insider info next time then as compensation. Jeff Bezos. Damn. Can you imagine? Can you imagine knowing a few billionaires who just have all this information? And, you know, just give them a call. Like, Jeff, what's the next big news on Amazon? Let me know beforehand. Are there any mergers? Are you buying anything? What's the deal here? Give me some insider info. That would be great. Man, life would be so easy with that information. You wouldn't have to do any of this stuff. Yeah, you could literally trade a line graph. It wouldn't even matter. If you had that information, you wouldn't have to learn any of this crap. None of this sort of speculating. You just know. It's like having a time machine. But I'm not seeing anything suspicious though today so far. News-wise, I don't think we have anything really coming today. Come on, where is it? Here we go. Yeah, we got nothing. Chicago PMI. I mean, that generally never does anything. So yeah, seems like a slow news day. All right, we're starting to see maybe potentially some buyers trailing out. Again, every time we explore an area that the last candle hasn't gone to, you can see the volume spike. That's a telltale sign buyers from this move up are getting trailed out. So they're, putting their stops below the last candle, basically. And then, below the last candle, keep trailing. And then the moment it breaks the last candle's low, you get a spike in volume. That's not true sellers. Those are buyers getting trailed out. So you're starting to see that, a lot of people trailing, which is good because a trailing market, when people are doing that, they're always willing to buy the dip. And literally just, right there. I wasn't really paying attention, to be honest, but maybe we could have saw something in this volume here potentially, but sometimes you see it, sometimes you don't. But that's all the market's given us. Very shallow pullbacks, which is a little annoying. And then boom, people are just buying the dip, buying the dip. So essentially this market, perfect dip buying type market. Wait for a pullback, jump in. Wait for a pullback, jump in. Could have had a few trades here already, to be honest. Even small scalps. All right, let's see on the next pullback if we can catch it. It's moving so damn quick, man. Moving very, very quick. You got to really stare at the numbers to try and catch it. Not seeing any good chunks coming in yet. Still sell pressure, actually, more. I'd say a little bit there, a little bit of buyers knocking the sell numbers down. But it's not in chunks. It's kind of like a trickle. If it's a trickle, I'm not that interested in. Because we saw, what, that was negative 40 or so, or negative 50. Now we're back basically flat, negative 10. So they're up, but it happened gradually, you know, it didn't happen in one chunk. So that's just a bunch of, you know, loads of people all together kind of jumping in, which can still move the market, don't get me wrong. But when there's like, let's say 200 people all putting in a little bit of volume, it's not as effective as, you know, one person putting in a big amount of volume, because that person's got bigger intentions. Do you know what I mean? They got more risk on the line. So it generally, because a lot of these people, you don't know what their plan is, right? Some people might have their stop all the way down here. Some people might have a really tight stop. Some people might, like, it's all kind of all over the place, right? But when it's just one person or one individual, or one entity, I should say, that puts a big order in, well, you know, you can kind of guess where their stop is going to be. It's either, it's either going to be, you know, below this candle, maybe below here, maybe below here. And, you know, as it pulls back, you can see how they're reacting to the market. Are they adding to their position? Are they defending it? Are they choosing to get out? And you can therefore, you know, jump on their trade, basically. If they get stopped out, they get stopped out. And then, so, you know, you can exit as well and say, all right, fine, didn't happen. But if they start defending, you can also jump in and ride their trade, essentially. So, but buyers are kind of struggling to actually get it up. They're not doing too well. Not doing the greatest. Neefern, how are you? Good to see you again. Sorry I'm late. No, don't be sorry. It's absolutely fine. You haven't missed too much. We had one trade so far at the open. Nice little bullish position. Little scalp, and that was it. So you haven't missed too much. But we were saying that this is a very bullish market so far. We're just looking for good kind of pullbacks and then buyers to jump in. So we're just going to be a bit patient, wait for a pullback of some kind. But we are approaching 30,500 right here. So, oops, what the hell have I done? There it is. Let's see what happens. Are we going to see a spike in buy volume? If we see a spike in buy volume at 30,500, we know a lot of buyers are taking profit, right? So if we touch 30,500, I can imagine, you know, potentially there's going to be a little bit of a spike of some kind, because I can imagine that's a good level for a lot of people to take profit. We might even see a random bearish candle just appear as someone gets out as buyers, and buyers love to do this, where they dump some buyer from this move, knows that a lot of people are going to be potentially getting out here, so they get out just a few points before aggressively and just dump a large amount of contracts. Basically, you get this one big red candle that kind of pushes down very quickly before buyers start buying up the dip. So we might even get that, to be fair. That's usually kind of, you see that happen quite often, especially around all-time highs or any significant kind of take profit level. You get to see that usually. But we have yet to see that happen. Might happen, it might not. I mean, we're just speculating 30,500 is going to be potentially some people taking profit. I'd imagine at least a little bit of a spike in volume. Henny, good to see you, man. Hope you're having a good day. Let's see. Come on. I mean, it's a very steep move up. You know, very, very steep. But it's very choppy. It's kind of chopping up. It's not a clean move. That's the only thing that's making me a little bit, not suspicious, but a little bit cautious on how long this move can last, to be honest. Because for some reason, there seems to be a lot of sellers. They're just happy to keep coming in for no real reason. It's almost like loads of sellers keep fading this market. I would have expected sellers to kind of give up, you know, and accept, all right, fine. You know, this is the bullish market. We'll just stop selling, basically. But they haven't really chosen to give up, which means, if you think about it, what that could indicate is if buyers decide to get out the market, take profit, oh shit, 1 second, guys. Give me 2 seconds. Sorry, I got an important message. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. Just had an important message. Yeah, so as I was saying, okay, we're about to touch that. I want to see if it spikes. Let's just keep our eye on this. Come on, almost. So we're at 30. 30, come on. Come on. Anyway, what I was saying, so because sellers are quite happy to keep shorting this market, if buyers decide to exit, like a large amount of buyers from this move up, right, the people keeping this market propped up, if they decide to exit, take their money, we could get a situation where sellers will have enough kind of oomph and not enough resistance, not enough pushback from the buyers where they could actually put this market down, right? Okay, we're about to get there. Oh, not really much of a spike. Little bit, 90, 120, okay. There was a little bit of, take profits getting hit. We did kind of get that pop, but it wasn't as big as I expected. So 30,500, I would say there's still predominantly a lot of buyers. They haven't taken profit yet. They're still holding this market. But if we get a pullback and we see a lot of sell volume come in, we can determine a lot of buyers, what's the word? A lot of buyers are getting trailed out and potentially getting out the market. But that wasn't big enough for me to really put much emphasis. A few people took profit, absolutely, but not really that much. So fair play. Don't think I can go wrong starting a short here. Justin, nice. Good to see you again, Justin. Tom Rogers. Sam, what's up, big dog? Miss you, brother. Glad to see you as always. Tom, always great to see you, man. How are things? How's the family? Dr. Kais, good to see you, my friend. I'm looking for a reversal here. One of my STDV levels aligned with 30,500. It could very well, definitely, I would expect some kind of pullback usually because it's a psychological level. Either buyers exiting. We saw a few buyers exit, but not a lot. Either buyers exiting and sellers deciding to enter would create a bit of a pullback. So you could definitely have a trade, especially a scalp. Anything's possible. Martin, good to see you. Good to see you. Is it the same on? Yeah, it is. Nice. Okay, cool. Just get the... But again, the volume is kind of dying a little bit. Overall, the volume looks a bit low in this area, which is a little odd. We're still seeing buyers willing to transact. I can't really account for sellers yet because I'm going to assume most of these sellers are buyers exiting, getting trailed out. Here is the first little interesting sign for the sellers. You see those buyers? They're the first buyers to have failed. Sellers are now trying to get in. Again, that's people getting trailed out, buyers getting trailed out. But buyers are buying the dip still, but not a lot. You're seeing it goes from 40 to negative 20, negative 60. So these are definitely buyers getting trailed out. Buyers are still buying the dip. So they're still happy to keep buying. But not a lot, not as much as it was before. But it is enough to, you know, stop that movement down. And now we're getting, again, more buyers looking for that continuation. But potentially, if these guys fail and get trapped, sellers can take advantage of them and get this market down. So let's see. This is the first sign of weakness I can almost see, just because the buyers didn't come in as aggressively as I expected. But they haven't also exited a lot. It almost feels a bit more of a pause in the market rather than anything else. Martin, are you using some other time frames also, if I may ask? I'm just using the 1 minute. I do look at the 15-minute just for structure most of the time, like just kind of look at the overall bigger picture of the market. But no, just the 1 minute is what I look at pretty much. But you can use other time frames. It's just a little bit harder to read. Like the way I scalp and look at the orders on, the way I try to identify who is, you know, getting trailed out versus who is, you know, entering fresh, all that kind of stuff. It's easier done on the 1 minute chart, because on the 5 minute, all this gets grouped up into one area and you don't really get to see, like you wouldn't know that, for example, is actually buyers getting trailed out because, you know, we broke that little low and there was a spike in volume. This is all fresh, you know, sell volume now. Like you see it a little bit better on the 1 minute, but you can do it on other time frames. It's just a little bit more difficult. Sellers are not really doing much, but guys, I do have to mention, unfortunately, in about 15 minutes time, I don't have much time today. I have a very important call I need to be on. So unfortunately, I only have really another 15 minutes on this live. I know that sucks. I promise Monday I will be on a lot longer. We'll do a full 2-hour session Monday. I'm hoping we can get one more trade in. Let's try to get one more trade in. Come on. Give us something. We've only got one trade today. It was a good entry, but I couldn't really freaking... Hindsight is so crystal clear. Look at this. I just... really left a lot of money on the table. It just wasn't moving nicely. You know, like, yes, it's gone up, but it's gone up so choppy and nastily. If only it just kind of went up a little bit more smooth. Definitely held that a bit better. We're going sideways. So like I said, yeah, it felt like a bit of a pause in the market here. Whether we get a pullback is yet to be determined. There's really no way of kind of knowing, unfortunately. But the first signs of a pullback may occur if you see sellers willing to keep transacting lower and lower and lower and lower and lower. And buyers, oh, maybe not. Look at that. That was, what was that? Oh, oh, no pullback. By the looks of it, I mean, we still might get it, but something went on there. I didn't quite catch exactly what happened with all the orders, but sellers are still coming in, though. It does beg the question, when will sellers give up? Look at that, how the buyers just trapped those sellers instantly, wiped them out. Wow. These buyers are, they're starting to, they're getting more and more confident. They're willing to keep buying. Every dip, no matter how shallow it is, these buyers are just buying it up. We have yet to have a real pullback. If you actually look at the structure, the pullback we got on was the only real kind of decent pullback. And then maybe this one you can kind of argue was half decent. But since then, we've barely had a pullback. I mean, that was hardly anything. That's hardly anything. Which makes it a little bit difficult to trade. But there will be a pullback, 100%. Always, whatever goes up must come down, right? Grateful for your help. You're welcome, Lorna. You're welcome. Thank you for tuning in as well. Do you think a heavy drop is coming? I mean, this bullish run the whole year is crazy. Eventually, yeah, 100%, Henny. There's going to be some major correction in this market. I don't want to use the word crash because it's quite, drastic. Like crash, people think 2008, but it wouldn't surprise me at the same time. There's a lot of things so overinflated, like the AI bubble. Let's be honest. Don't get me wrong, AI is the future. No different to the dot-com crash, right? The internet at that time was the future. The problem was it was just overinflated, right? Any company that did anything online, anything online, they instantly had a great their stock price went up massively, and that's just basically what caused the bubble to burst. And AI is kind of similar. Anyone mentioning AI, yeah. Do you think a heavy drop? I saw that they always have to catch everyone off guard to make money on the short. Exactly. Funded Lucas, how are you? Sammy, I blew 10 fundeds and blew all my students funded on my live because of your signals. What signals? I haven't given any signals, Lucas. I've only taken one trade today, and it was a good trade, so... No, I don't do signals. The problem is, even if you try to copy the trades a lot of the time, because of the time difference between YouTube and when I actually enter versus when people see it on YouTube, there's definitely like 3 to 5 second delay. On a quick moving market, that's generally speaking, that could be the difference between a good trade and a bad trade. So, and there's no way I could ever have like a signal group, because imagine like if I see the trade, I'm gonna get in and start like typing it out, enter now. By the time I hit send and people see the message, the trade's already happened. You know what I mean? Like it's impossible to do it as a scalper. So I think Lucas is just having a joke, just a little joke about. All right, we might get a pullback here. How much time have I got left? Let me just have a quick look. All right, still got a few minutes. I've got like 5-6 minutes. Maybe we can get a trade. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Here we go. We're actually getting a pullback. All right. Let's see when those buyers come back in. All right, we're getting a trickle of buy pressure. I'm going to have my finger on the buy. That wasn't... Oh, there's a bit of a chunk of buyers there. But I think I haven't missed it yet. Even with the 3-second delay, you helped me make over 600 yesterday. Thank you. You're welcome, Garden Design. I'm glad you managed to catch it, because I do worry when people copy like the trades in the live stream. Like how does the delay affect them, especially near the open, because it can be quick, like super quick. All right, let's just figure out this volume really quick. So again, bunch of buyers came in, buyers. They're all getting trapped. Buyers getting trailed out. Definitely buyers getting trailed out. Not real sell volume. So really, this candle we're currently in is going to help us determine what's going to happen. We got some real buyers coming in again there on that candle, but that 114 is buyers getting trailed out, in my opinion. There's not really that much sell pressure in the market, but there's not a huge amount of buyers really willing to come in either. So I wouldn't want to jump in here because it would be very 50-50 in my opinion. Sellers coming in lower down. All right, these are real legit sellers right now because we've already traveled into that area. These are legit sellers, real sell pressure here. Let's see how well they do. They're doing okay so far. They're not doing too badly. So if we want to go up, we need to squeeze out these guys here, right? So if we manage to squeeze them out, we can definitely jump in for a buy. Let's see, 30, 20. All buyers look like they might do it here. All right, I'm going to go in. I've gone in long. Let's see if buyers can have that quick, because I like the speed we saw that. Now we need to see buyers come in heavy. Squeeze those sellers that came in. Squeeze them out. Where's the exit button? Because the sellers might jump back in. Come on. I don't want to see these buyers fail either. Real sellers still coming in. Look at that. Another 60. They're coming in hard again, these sellers. Let's get above them. Come on. I think sellers might have not given up just yet. Might have been a bit too early, unfortunately. Come on. I need to see buyers come in. 40. No buyers yet. It's that negative 21 is where the chunk of buyer came in. So really, anything below that negative 21, oh, big sellers again coming in. Come on, buyers, where are you? That's it. Absorb them. Pretty much just at break even. Come on. I want to see big buyers here before I have to leave. Now, sellers keep reloading it. I think sellers might take this, to be honest, and we might get a bit more of a pullback here. I'm going to give them a few more seconds. If we get below, yeah, we're below. Let me see. Negative 30. Negative 20. I want to see that go positive. Now it's back to negative 60. Sellers are coming in. Oh, there was a big chunk. There was a little chunk there because we were at negative 60, dropped it back down again to like 20. Potentially buyers defending that area, but again, sellers reloading it back to 60, 50. If we get below, if these guys are effective, these sellers, which they are, unfortunately, I think we're out here. Yeah, we're out. All right. The buyers didn't quite manage to take it over there. They kind of failed at the top here, but they will come in again. Oh, ZT, didn't see you there. Good morning. I only need some few dollars more to pass my challenge at Ola Prime Forex. Hope it pass it on Monday. Absolutely. Definitely you'll pass it Monday. Take your time with it. Oh, what happened here? Oh, there's the buyers. Shit, but unfortunately my time has run out. Could I do one more trade? Maybe. Let's just have a look. I don't think I have enough time, but I'm kind of curious what will happen here. 114. What is that 142 on the sell side? Don't quite. It would be below that low there. I think that's again buyers getting stopped out. I'm not really counting that as real. Buyers actually failed here this is looking like a proper pullback here. I think actually this is going to be a lot steeper than we imagined. We might get a really decent pullback. I'll wait. If I was now going to trade, I would wait a bit more. I think this could go a bit further down and then potentially continue back up. Buyers are still buying the dip, but the sellers are actually doing very well right now. This was the first area they failed, the buyers, where I last entered. And then, yeah. So we really need to see it. But unfortunately, guys, I do have to leave. I hate how short this stream was. I wish I could stay a little bit longer. Yeah, these sellers have got it for a proper pullback here. Really nice pullback. But guys, I will be back Monday. Thank you all for tuning in again. And I will see you all Monday for a much longer, better session. I do promise that. Thank you all. Take care. Bye-bye.